At the break of a crisp autumn morning, a crowded auction house buzzed with anticipation and ruthless bids. Inside the grand hall, wealthy buyers scrutinized valuable livestock with cold precision and profit-driven eyes. Among the many horses presented, one crippled steed stood apart, its gait uneven and its eyes filled with silent sorrow. The animal's leg, visibly deformed from an old injury, rendered it unfit for the vigorous demands of elite riding. Despite its gentle demeanor, every bidder dismissed the crippled horse as a liability, shunning it without a second glance. The auctioneer, with practiced indifference, noted the low interest with a hint of disdain. The murmurs of the crowd reflected a unanimous sentiment that only perfection was worth the highest bids. In the midst of relentless competition, the injured animal stood forlornly, its presence almost unnoticed. Its coat, though once shining with vitality, now bore the scars of time and neglect. The atmosphere in the auction hall grew heavy as the rejected horse received no offers from any of the affluent buyers. Outside the grand windows, a chill wind swept through the surrounding countryside, echoing the animal's desolation. Every detail of the auction was meticulously orchestrated to celebrate success and ignore imperfections. The crippled horse, despite its condition, exuded a quiet dignity that contrasted sharply with the greed of the crowd. Its eyes, deep and soulful, hinted at a history filled with both suffering and resilience. As the bidding continued for more illustrious animals, the injured steed remained in the shadows, a silent testament to unrecognized worth. The auctioneer's gavel eventually fell without the horse even attracting a single bid. A collective sigh of indifference rippled through the room as the animal was relegated to the outskirts of the auction floor. In that moment, the disparity between beauty and brokenness became painfully evident to every spectator. Amid the opulence and ambition, the disabled horse seemed to embody a forgotten truth about inherent value. Every dismissal whispered a story of neglect and the overwhelming pressure to conform to a narrow standard of excellence. The sound of the gavel echoed through the hall, marking another lost opportunity for redemption. Despite the rejection, the horse's eyes continued to shine with an unyielding spark of quiet hope. Behind the indifference of the bidders, a solitary figure observed the scene with a compassionate gaze. This figure, a young rancher named Emily, had grown up on modest lands where every creature had a story to tell. Unlike the affluent buyers, Emily saw beyond the physical imperfections and perceived the animal's inner spirit. The auction hall, filled with the stench of money and cold calculations, contrasted sharply with her warm, empathetic heart. Each dismissive glance from the wealthy buyers only reinforced her determination to care for those overlooked by society. The crippled horse, shunned by everyone else, now caught her full attention as the embodiment of overlooked potential. With quiet resolve, she moved closer to the neglected animal, her eyes reflecting both sorrow and fierce hope. The murmurs around the hall faded into insignificance as her attention focused solely on the gentle creature. In the midst of a world obsessed with perfection, Emily recognized the beauty in the horse's resilience. Every line on its face, every scar, told a story of struggle and survival that resonated deeply with her own life. She recalled her childhood on the ranch, where kindness was the measure of worth, not outward appearances. The juxtaposition between the lavish world of the auction and her humble upbringing could not have been starker. In that crowded hall, as indifferent bidders scorned the animal, a new narrative began to take shape in Emily's mind. She saw an opportunity to rewrite the story of this forlorn creature, to give it a second chance at life. The harsh clamor of wealth and ambition melted away as her heart swelled with an unwavering resolve. In the silent exchange of glances between the injured horse and herself, an unspoken promise was made. Emily's decision to save the crippled animal was born of a deep understanding of the intrinsic value of life. As the auction concluded, the young rancher stepped forward, ready to defy prevailing norms and reclaim the horse's forgotten dignity. The moment the auction ended, Emily approached the auctioneer with a calm determination that set her apart. Without hesitation, she offered to purchase the injured horse at a nominal price that no bidder had been willing to pay. Her voice, soft yet resolute, conveyed a sense of purpose that silenced the room momentarily. The auctioneer, taken aback by her unexpected offer, hesitated before finalizing the transaction. In that brief pause, the eyes of the rejected horse met hers, forging an immediate, unspoken connection. The room, once filled with the clamor of dismissive bids, now fell into a quiet, respectful silence. Emily's offer was accepted, not because of its monetary value, but because it represented a promise of compassion. As the deal was sealed, the once ignored animal seemed to lift its head slightly, as if acknowledging its newfound hope. The wealthy buyers, accustomed to detachment and greed, watched in stunned disbelief as the horse's fate took an unexpected turn. In that defining moment, the grandeur of the auction hall was overshadowed by a raw, sincere act of kindness. With the sale complete, Emily led the crippled horse out of the bustling hall and into the crisp autumn air. The journey from the opulent confines of the auction to the open, windswept fields felt symbolic of a new beginning. Each step she took was measured and gentle, mindful of the animal's fragile state. The horse, its leg weak yet resilient, moved slowly beside her, its every movement echoing the pain of past neglect. The transition from the crowded auction to the serene outdoors was marked by a palpable shift in atmosphere. The warm, earthy sense of the countryside replaced the cold sterility of the auction hall. Emily's eyes shone with determination as she guided the animal toward her modest ranch. The path ahead, though uncertain, promised the chance to heal both the creature and the wounded fragments of forgotten dreams. With each step, the injured horse appeared to trust her more, its pace gradually steadying under her care. The rustic landscape, with its rolling hills and golden fields, provided a stark yet hopeful contrast to the auction's opulence. Emily could feel the weight of the moment, understanding that she was not just rescuing a horse, but reclaiming a life deemed unworthy by others. Every crunch of fallen leaves underfoot resonated like a heartbeat in the quiet countryside. The journey was long and filled with subtle challenges as she tended to an injured animal on rough terrain. Yet, her resolve remained unwavering as she navigated the winding path toward her humble homestead. The soft glow of the setting sun bathed the landscape in warm hues, symbolizing the promise of recovery. Each ray of light seemed to gently caress the wounded horse, as if nature itself conspired to offer solace. Along the way, Emily paused to examine the animal's injuries, her skilled hands providing comfort and care. The horse responded with a gentle whinny, a sound that carried both relief and gratitude. The connection between them grew stronger with each passing moment, transcending the need for words. In the quiet expanse of the countryside, every detail of the journey was infused with purpose and renewal. The soft murmur of the wind and the rustle of leaves created a natural symphony that accompanied their progress. Emily's determination radiated in every step, driven by the belief that every life held intrinsic worth. As the path meandered through fields of golden wheat, her modest ranch appeared ahead like a beacon of hope. The homestead, with its weathered wood and welcoming warmth, promised refuge and recovery for the injured steed. With careful steps and a gentle touch, she guided the horse toward the ranch, where a new chapter awaited. The transition from a world defined by wealth to one built on love and resilience was both profound and transformative. Every element of the journey, from the fading grandeur of the auction hall to the rustic beauty of her ranch, converged into a single moment of destiny. In the embrace of nature's calm, Emily understood that the true measure of a life was not in riches but in compassion. As twilight descended upon the path, the bond between the young rancher and the injured horse grew ever more tangible. In that serene, transformative journey, both rescuer and rescued embarked on a path toward healing and hope that promised to move everyone they encountered. At her modest ranch, Emily set about creating a sanctuary where the injured horse could begin to mend its shattered body. The ranch, nestled amidst gentle hills and sprawling fields, offered a quiet haven far removed from the cold indifference of the auction. With tender care, she prepared a small stable that radiated warmth and safety, its walls imbued with the promise of healing. Every corner of the humble shelter was meticulously arranged to provide comfort and support for the wounded animal. The injured horse, though still fragile, showed signs of curiosity as it surveyed its new surroundings with cautious hope. Emily wasted no time in tending to its injuries, her experienced hands cleaning and dressing wounds with gentle precision. The soft murmur of her reassurances filled the space, soothing the animal's fears with each compassionate word. Under her careful ministrations, the once crippled steed began to relax, its tense posture slowly giving way to calm. Every day, as dawn broke over the ranch, Emily rose early to tend to her charge with unyielding dedication. The serene environment of the ranch, bathed in the soft light of morning, provided the perfect backdrop for a journey of recovery. With every measured step, the horse exhibited a growing trust in its young rescuer, each movement a quiet testament to resilience. The stable's simple furnishings and modest charm offered a stark contrast to the opulent halls of its past, highlighting the beauty of genuine care. Emily's focused attention and unwavering kindness created an atmosphere where healing could flourish in spite of adversity. As the days passed, The horse's limping gait began to smooth, a subtle sign that recovery was within reach. The sound of soft hoofbeats on straw echoed in the stable, blending harmoniously with the gentle rustle of the wind outside. Every tender moment spent together strengthened the bond between Emily and the animal, forming an unspoken language of trust. In the quiet solitude of the ranch, the memory of painful neglect slowly gave way to a future filled with possibility. The injured horse, once shunned and disregarded, now embodied the resilient spirit of survival and hope. Emily recorded every progress in a worn journal, each entry a tribute to the transformative power of empathy. The delicate interplay of light and shadow in the stable mirrored the subtle shifts in the animal's recovery, reflecting hope and perseverance. The ranch's natural beauty, from rolling fields to clear blue skies, served as a constant reminder that every life deserves a second chance. With every passing day, the animal's strength grew. Each regained stride of victory over its past afflictions. Emily's gentle ministrations nurtured not only the horse's body, but also its wounded spirit, reviving its inner glow. The atmosphere of the ranch resonated with quiet determination, as every element conspired to support the healing process. In the soft glow of twilight, the ranch transformed into a sanctuary of renewed life, its air alive with promise. The horse's eyes, once dimmed by pain, now shone with a glimmer of vitality that touched all who witnessed its recovery. Each small improvement, no matter how incremental, was celebrated as a triumph over neglect and despair. The rhythms of daily care, feeding, grooming, and gentle exercise wove a tapestry of recovery that was both delicate and profound. Emily's unwavering commitment to her charge was reflected in every thoughtful gesture and tender smile exchanged between them. In the quiet of the ranch, where nature and compassion intertwined, healing became a living, breathing presence. The simplicity of the surroundings amplified the extraordinary nature of the transformation unfolding within the stable. Every corner of the ranch, from the humble shed to the open pastures, echoed with the promise of a fresh start. The injured horse's journey from despair to recovery served as a powerful testament to the resilience of the spirit. Emily's days became a silent dialogue of care and understanding, each moment bridging the gap between past pain and future hope. The ranch, far removed from the cold world of the auction, blossomed into a realm where love and kindness reigned supreme. As the animal's strength increased, so did the trust between rescuer and rescued, forging an unbreakable bond. The simple yet profound connection they shared radiated warmth, felt in every whispered word and gentle caress. In the stillness of the ranch, each passing moment carried a quiet magic that defied the cruelty of the past. The transformation unfolding in that humble stable was a living narrative of redemption, etched in every heartbeat. With each day's end, the injured horse and its devoted caretaker moved closer to a future where hope triumphed over adversity. As news of the miraculous recovery spread, the local community began to take notice of Emily's compassionate act. People from nearby towns gathered at the ranch, drawn by stories of the once crippled horse that had defied all odds. The sight of the animal, now moving with newfound strength and grace, stirred deep emotions in the hearts of onlookers. Families, hardened by life's struggles, found solace in the tale of resilience and unconditional care. The ranch, once a quiet outpost in a rugged landscape, transformed into a beacon of hope and renewal. Neighbors marveled at the gentle bond between Emily and the recovered horse, witnessing firsthand the power of empathy. The story of the horse's revival spread like wildfire, igniting conversations about the true meaning of worth and dignity. Local newspapers and radio stations featured the remarkable journey, capturing the attention of a community hungry for inspiration. With each retelling, the narrative grew richer, weaving together themes of redemption, perseverance, and quiet strength. The recovered horse became a symbol of what could be achieved when compassion triumphed over societal indifference. In community meetings, residents spoke passionately about how Emily's selfless act redefined their perceptions of value. The ranch transformed into a gathering place where stories of overcoming hardship were shared and celebrated. Children, wide-eyed with wonder, listened intently as elders recounted the tale of the once crippled animal's miraculous journey. Amid economic challenges and personal struggles, the story offered a glimmer of hope that change was indeed possible. The once dismissed horse now inspired a collective desire to care for the vulnerable and cherish every life. As the community rallied around the ranch, a sense of unity and shared purpose began to flourish. Local farmers, touched by the narrative, started adopting more compassionate practices toward their own livestock. The ripple effect of Emily's decision reached far beyond the ranch, influencing hearts across the region. In town halls and schoolrooms, the story was used as a lesson in the transformative power of kindness. Each retelling reinforced the belief that true strength was measured not by wealth, but by the capacity to love. The recover horse, now galloping freely in expansive fields, embodied the beauty of second chances. Its graceful strides were celebrated at impromptu gatherings and local festivals dedicated to renewal and hope. The narrative of redemption, born from a single act of compassion, resonated deeply with those who had long suffered in silence. The young rancher's courage inspired others to challenge the status quo and advocate for the voiceless. In every community discussion, the need to look beyond appearances and value inner strength was fervently proclaimed. As seasons changed, the ranch blossomed into a symbol of what can be achieved when people unite for a common cause. Emily's humble abode and a recover horse became landmarks of hope, drawing visitors from far and wide. Local authorities, moved by the transformative story, began implementing policies that promoted humane practices. In small-town meetings, the tale sparked social reforms that prioritized compassion over profit. The transformation was both physical and spiritual, as hearts softened and bonds of empathy grew stronger. The ranch, once isolated in its modesty, now thrived as a hub of communal love and shared dreams. Every act of kindness that followed was seen as a ripple in a larger tide of positive change. The recover horse, with its spirited gallop and radiant coat, continued to inspire all who witnessed it. With each passing day, the legacy of Emily's decision touched more lives, mending broken spirits along the way. The community learned that true progress was measured by the strength of human connection and caring hearts. In this tapestry of renewed hope, the story of the injured horse and its tender guardian became a cherished parable. The gentle power of empathy, once dismissed by those consumed by wealth, now reigned as the guiding principle of the town. At local events, the tale was recited with pride and reverence, reminding everyone that love transcends all obstacles. The profound impact of a single compassionate act illuminated the path toward a future where every life mattered. In the glow of communal solidarity, the ranch and its miraculous symbol of recovery stood as a testament to the enduring power of kindness. In the quiet aftermath of the community's awakening, Emily found herself transformed by the journey that began with one act of kindness. The ranch, once a humble retreat, had evolved into a vibrant center of hope and renewal, echoing the spirit of every life it touched. Each day, as she tended to the fields and cared for the animals, Emily felt a profound sense of purpose guiding her actions. The recover horse, a living emblem of resilience, remained her constant companion, its graceful presence a daily reminder of miracles born from compassion. With every sunrise, the ranch blossomed into a sanctuary where the wounds of the past were slowly healed by love and perseverance. The transformation within Emily was mirrored in the rejuvenation of her surroundings, where every corner whispered tales of redemption. Her once solitary existence, marked by quiet struggles and overlooked dreams, now flourished in the light of shared hope. The laughter of children and the grateful smiles of neighbors filled the air, weaving a tapestry of joy and collective strength. In the wake of her bold decision to rescue the crippled horse, Emily discovered an inner reservoir of courage she had never known. Each challenge that arose was met with steady resolve, her spirit emboldened by the belief that every act of kindness reverberates through life. The ranch became a haven for those seeking solace and a fresh start, a living testament to the transformative power of empathy. With gentle determination, she expanded her care to other animals in need, nurturing each with the same tender love. The once ignored creatures of the land found refuge in her compassionate embrace, their recovery a silent symphony of renewal. In the golden light of dusk, as she strolled among flourishing pastures, Emily reflected on the extraordinary path that had led her here. The scars of past struggles, both seen and unseen, gradually faded in the warmth of a future defined by hope. Every breath she took was imbued with the satisfaction of a life lived true to her deepest values. The ranch's transformation became a personal journey of self-discovery, where each act of healing brought her closer to her true self. Her evenings were spent in reflective solitude, meditating on the interconnectedness of all living things. The recover horse, ever faithful by her side, reminded her that even the most broken spirits can be made whole. Emily's heart, once burdened by isolation, now overflowed with a gentle compassion that touched everyone she met. With every nurturing gesture, she rewove the tapestry of her life, stitching together fragments of hope and perseverance. The ranch flourished under her care, a living mosaic of renewed vitality extending beyond its physical boundaries. Neighbors and visitors marveled at the transformation, inspired by the radiant energy that now defined her homestead. The story of the rescued horse and its tender guardian became a beacon of possibility and a powerful reminder of love's worth. Emily's journey was marked by quiet victories and profound introspection, each a testament to the strength of the human spirit. In the gentle rustle of the wind through the fields, she heard echoes of past pain giving way to promise. The simple beauty of a sunrise over thriving pastures served as a daily affirmation of life's enduring capacity for renewal. Every smile shared and every word of encouragement at the ranch reinforced her belief in the power of love. Her days became a harmonious blend of work and reflection, where old challenges were met with resilient optimism. The ranch's evolution was not merely physical but deeply spiritual, as hearts and minds embraced a new paradigm of care. In the quiet moments before dawn, Emily found solace in stillness, a silent communion with nature. The steady presence of the recovered horse reminded her that true strength is forged in adversity and nurtured by compassion. With each passing day, the legacy of her rescue mission expanded, reaching far beyond the confines of her own life. The gentle spirit once overlooked now shone brightly, lighting the way for others to follow. Emily's unwavering commitment to empathy transformed not only the ranch but her very soul. In her eyes, the reflection of the thriving land and the spirited horse spoke of a future where every being could heal. The ranch had become a sanctuary of hope, a living testament to the idea that kindness rebuilds what was once broken. Every act of care was a reminder that true wealth is measured in love rather than material riches. The quiet transformation of the ranch and its caretaker resonated like a gentle melody, touching the hearts of all who witnessed it. In that serene space of renewal, Emily embraced her destiny, knowing that her journey of compassion had only just begun. In the final stages of her journey, Emily stood at the heart of the ranch where the once crippled horse now galloped with unbridled freedom. The transformation of the animal was a living testament to the enduring power of care and the boundless capacity for renewal. The ranch, a humble sanctuary born from a single act of compassion, had blossomed into a vibrant epicenter of hope. The story of the rescued horse and its devoted guardian had transcended local boundaries, inspiring communities far and wide. Emily's journey, marked by quiet determination and unwavering empathy, had become a beacon for those seeking a better way. As news of the miraculous recovery spread, people from all walks of life began to visit the ranch in search of inspiration. The once dismissed animal now served as a powerful symbol of transformation, its every stride echoing the triumph of the human spirit. Community members shared stories of how the ranch rekindled their own faith in the possibility of change. In public gatherings and local forums, the tale was recounted with reverence, each retelling adding a new layer of hope. The ranch had become a living classroom where lessons of resilience and empathy were learned through the quiet beauty of nature. Emily, once a solitary figure burdened by isolation, now found herself embraced by a supportive and caring community. Her journey had not only healed a wounded animal, but also sparked a broader movement that celebrated the intrinsic value of every life. People began to question old measures of worth, realizing that true prosperity was found in kindness and shared humanity. The recovered horse, with its gleaming coat and spirited gallop, symbolized the potential for rebirth even in the face of despair. In every corner of the ranch, the spirit of renewal was palpable, infusing the land with a gentle, transformative energy. The air filled with soft laughter and quiet conversations as neighbors and strangers found solace in the shared narrative. The ripple effect of Emily's compassionate act touched lives in ways that surpassed all expectations. Local authorities, moved by the story, began to implement policies that promoted animal welfare and community care. The ranch, once a quiet outpost, now thrived as a hub of innovation and heartfelt activism, fostering positive change. In the radiant glow of a setting sun, the ranch shone as a monument to the belief that every soul deserves a chance to heal. Emily's dedication and the resilient spirit of the recovered horse became intertwined symbols of hope and perseverance. The transformative power of compassion resonated deeply within the hearts of all who witnessed the ranch's evolution. In the gentle hum of daily life at the ranch, there lay an unspoken promise that kindness would always prevail. The story transcended borders, reaching distant lands where people yearned for a narrative of empathy and renewal. Every visitor left the ranch with a renewed belief in the possibility of change and the importance of caring for one another. The recovered horse, now full of life and vigor, continued to inspire countless individuals through its graceful presence. Emily's legacy of care became a guiding light, illuminating paths for others to embrace their own power to transform. In the soft glow of community celebrations, the ranch stood as a living testament to the beauty of second chances. The enduring message was clear. Every being, no matter how broken, held a potential for extraordinary growth. The once crippled animal had been reborn not only through physical healing but through the shared embrace of human compassion. The ranch's transformation was celebrated in local art, music, and storytelling, each medium capturing its heartfelt essence. As dusk fell upon the thriving sanctuary, a sense of universal belonging permeated the air, uniting people in a shared vision. The gentle murmur of the wind carried whispers of hope and renewal, echoing the ranch's profound impact on its community. In every sunset and every tender moment shared at the ranch, the legacy of compassion was eternally reaffirmed. The transformative journey had shifted paradigms, reminding everyone that true strength lay in empathy and unity. Emily, standing amidst flourishing fields and spirited animals, embodied the radiant power of a heart reawakened. Her quiet courage ignited a spark that kindled a movement, one that would continue to ripple across generations. In that timeless space of love and shared dreams, the ranch and its miraculous inhabitant redefined what it meant to be whole. The journey of the rescued horse, from desolation to triumphant renewal, inspired a universal message of hope. In the final light of day, the ranch echoed with a profound truth that when compassion leads the way, every life is transformed.